how to use ChatGPT ethically for your research writing, for your academic writing, or any side of your academic purpose, but ethically. There's a flood of videos, resources, and there are blogs online you'll be watching on YouTube, Facebook, and X that, oh, write your paper in 1 day, in 1 hour with ChatGPT and other apps. That's absolutely a rubbish. I'm from a medical background. If you are working in healthcare medical background, then obviously there are not any suggestions right now from any guidelines from any journals or any major society that use the AI for the healthcare decision making and other things. There are a lot of researches being done on AI within healthcare. A lot of positive results are being incorporated, but still it is not uh, recommended because the AI has got no authority, AI has got no responsibility. So it is the author, it is the reporter who just reports and writes something. So it is his or her responsibility to evaluate the things ethically, rationally, and scientifically. Uh, you just can't be a researcher, you can't be a scientist if you're just using a machine to draw a conclusion in few seconds and minutes and publishing it. It's not, it's useless, because research is a thorough and very rigorous process. When you give a lot of weeks, months, and years in some process, do a lot of research, do a lot of data extraction, analysis, and come up with a conclusion, and then interpret those results very critically in keeping a lot of things in view. So then it is called as a research, and that has some value. So if just you are using robots for everything without any credibility or responsibility, obviously there is no creativity and there is no human uh, uh, responsibility and such things. So well, today I'm going to show you that in many instances, as a researcher, as an author, and as an academician, particularly in medical background, how you can positively and ethically use chat gpt. And I'm not wasting my time, just always I'll be showing a hands-on session. As in my all videos, I try to show you hands-on practice of the things rather than talking a lot. Okay, so say for example, I'm going to write up a topic and a research paper on a topic. I've selected my topic, I have my research question ready, I have done a little literature review or something. I have videos on this and how you can use ChatGPT for literature review and finding gaps you can find on the channel. Say for example, I have selected a topic, say, and I want to write the topic, and now I just want a good introduction for my that topic, and I will instruct and prompt ChatGPT to please write a good introduction for me. How? Let's see that I'm instructing ChatGPT that. Uh, Sorry. We'll command it that, say for example, I am writing a research paper on the title. Now given double commas your title, say for example the racial disparities in mortality among, say for example, European population with, say for example, I'm writing heart failure, my favorite. Just for example, that this is the topic that I've been working on, and I have just getting a suggestion from ChatGPT and a template for, say for example, ChatGPT. It's a good, and let's enter it. Let's see what ChatGPT does it for you. Now see what output ChatGPT comes up with. Now I just did one mistake, that I didn't specifically ask ChatGPT to write the introduction for me. I just write that I am writing a research paper. I type a whole paper that I'm typing a paper. I didn't mention any introduction method or discussion that, and gave my title that okay, this is my title, the racial disparities in mortality among European population heart failure. So see, ChatGPT has given me a whole that okay, this uh, it has given me a sort of introduction that okay, provide an overview of the heart failure as prevalent cardiovascular condition. That means initially you will talk about the prevalence of cardiovascular conditions specifically relating to Europe. Then you will introduce the concept of racial disparities, that in the next paragraph and after 2-3 lines, initially writing about the what is the prevalence of heart failure currently in the globally, and then in a second line you can write what is the prevalence currently in European. This is the writing introduction. You're becoming broad at the top. You're talking about the prevalence globally. Then on the second line you will write probably a prevalence in the Europe, a little narrow towards our main research question, and then you will introduce the concept of what is the racial disparities in healthcare outcomes, and that means in heart failure in this case in Europe, a further narrow from prevalence to racial. Then you will state the what is the significance of studying, why do you want to study the racial disparities in mortality among European population heart failure. Then you will write 1 to 2 lines. See, I'm in the introduction it is giving you very nice. If you are just a blank, you have chosen the topic, you have found relevant studies and how to write up, it just how it is helping you. It is telling you 4 to 5 points that obviously each point is going to take you 2-3 lines, and ultimately it is giving you 5 outline. It is giving you a very good outline in a very standard way, and how to write a good paper, just giving you that okay, introduce this thing, introduce this thing, introduce this thing, and obviously you will take those data from a paper, write it and cite it. But it is, you don't need to brainstorm a lot. ChatGPT has done it for you. Then you will significance of disparities, and then at the end of that introduction, as in every type of the paper, dissertation topic, you'll outline what is your objective and scope of that this particular research topic. Okay, once you have done these 4 points, obviously you are going to write a very good 1 page or a 1.5 page or less as per journal requirement. You are obviously going to state these 5 things in introduction, and that's the usual way of writing introduction of any topic. If say for example you're writing the mortality trends, you're writing about the mortality or the natal mortality in pregnant women, and what's the mortality during the delivery, say for example low income countries. So obviously you will write in a way that you will write the global mortality in perinatal period globally. Then you will write in the low socioeconomic countries. Then you will write the significant, and then in that case scenario what particularly you're looking, you will introduce a few lines about that, and then you will write your objective, and this is how you are going to close your introduction. See, in the second the segment, it is giving you how to write the background and literature review, which is not the case in every type of research paper. Obviously, if it's a narrative review, you will go and write a literature review after introduction. But if it's an original article, say cross-sectional case control and RCT and a systematic review, then you are not going to write a much literature review. That's a separate way. But okay, it is showing you then how you will write the background and literature review. So it is giving suggestion that review the existing literature on heart failure prevalence. Again, prevalence, that is a broadly you will talk why heart failure is important, because you will see okay, this much deaths per year, this much deaths every year in this country globally. It will show the significance of the topic. Then you will talk about the mortality rate, then you the racial disparity. So this is how you will start your literature review on this particular topic. Then you will discuss the relevant studies on that racial disparities in cardiovascular among then Europeans, just like an introduction. Then you will identify that what are the gaps in current literature regarding the racial disparities. That could be a hard question paper or research question. Mortality specifically among So in methodology, see, it is suggesting you that how to structure your methodology, how to write your methodology. So you will describe your study design first. Say for example, you are writing a writer review, a systematic review. So we'll say the methodology that okay, this was a systematic review and we searched this and this databases like that. That is, for example, giving you that could be a respective cohort or it could be a meta-analysis used to investigate how, what is your study design for that particular uh, results or a study. What a study design did you use? You will just introduce your study design, and then you will specify the population under a study, and then you will add the which population in particular you study in this study. In example, you will say the European individuals to diagnose with the heart failure. Then what variables you worked on, you will explain your variables. Like in this, I'm working on certain variables. I'm working on race and ethnicity, that's my variable. I'm saying the disparities based on racial. So it could be again not necessarily a race, you can be writing age as well, younger adults versus older adults, that could be variables. You are looking separately across the genders. You would say for example, I'm only looking in the males, European older males. So that's three are my variables: European population, that is the race and ethnicity, then older, that's the age, another variable, that's a numerical, and I'm also writing on males, so gender. So these could be my variables. So it is saying you that introduce your variables, any comorbidities if you are also working and on that paper in access to healthcare and whatever. So just for example, and you will give the details of your data sources, statistical methods employed for analyzing multivariable survival analysis, whatever. So you will introduce your data sets. Is it okay, I search on PubMed, I search on Google Scholar, I search on Scoopus, and search on these four databases, and then this was my method. I use these such keywords, such mash terms, or and then after collecting my data, I applied, okay, if it's a original study, I applied the chi-square test, any correlational test, any survival analysis, and whatsoever. Not going into that detail. So see how beautifully it is just giving you point by point that okay, write these points in your methodology. And obviously when you're following this, you will have a very good methodology section written. You don't need to. Then it's the results section. Again, in results section, they see it is giving you very precisely that okay, present the findings recording the racial disparities in mortality among European population. Then also provide the quantitative data on mortality rates stratified by race. And in the results it's saying okay, after just provide your findings, how about then what are the disparities, then quantitatively give the data on mortality rates in different races and ethnicities, that okay, whites have this much mortality, blacks have this much mortality, Asians have this much mortality, Danish population has such, UK population has such, and different kinds of things. Then in results you will discuss any significant associations between this race, ethnicity, and this such mortality outcomes. Is there any association between a particular race and a mortality? Say for example, whites have more and Asians have less such. And you will include the subgroup analysis if relevant, e.g. by sex, economic, and in discussion, see, it is giving you just very beautifully that what components of a discussion. First you will interpret the results in a context of existing literature and theoretical frameworks, e.g. social determinants of health and whatever, and you will explore potential explanations for observed racial disparities and failure. Okay, first you will interpret the results of your study. What did you find in your study? You will write the meaning. Okay, this we found, and this race has particular mortality, this race is less, this race is more, and this is how. And second, you will compare and contrast your findings with the available data, and if there is a particular pattern found in your research, say for example whites have more, then you will explore the literature and cite the literature that why such observations are found in your discussion. Then you will discuss the implication for clinical practice, that what is the importance of your study, what is the importance of your results clinically, and what's the importance in regard to public health policy making and future research. You will give that okay, the whites have more, older males have more, And what's the implication? That we should look for and screen for heart failure in white adults more carefully. We should develop policies, any future guidelines, so results can be incorporated like that. And in the end of the discussion, you will address the limitations of studies, such as any data biases, any confounding variables in your study, or any generalizability. Say for example, okay, you will say that okay, we only looked at the study of just older males, not females, only European population, we didn't include the whole world, or not Asians. So these are our biases of the study, or limitations. Okay, this is only for European population, so we cannot generalize it throughout the world. That means you cannot completely use this data, these results on Asian population or on blacks. They are very different population, so these could be your limitations. So this is how beautifully it is giving you point by point, and you just don't need to worry about what to include and what not to. And in the end, say a conclusion, it is asking you that okay, summarize the key findings of research, emphasize the importance of blah blah. I'm not going to detail. In the end, you will have to write the reference. Next, what I'm doing, I'm going to copy and paste my first prompt. I'm going to copy and paste my first prompt, this same. I'm going to copy here. I'm going to paste it again in the chat. And what specifically I'm directing it, that please write a good introduction of this paper with relevant and recent references and see what does this ChatGPT do for you. Oh wow, so it is giving me 2 responses. Oh, this could be a new update in ChatGPT. So it's been quite many days that I didn't use ChatGPT to see what it is. First, see, it has given me which response do you prefer. Each choice will help my. Okay, see, it has given me 2 responses. It has written 2 introductions for me. Wow, good. This is a free version of ChatGPT. See, this is 3.5. I'm not at this 4.5, which asking for money. I can't pay that. Okay, but this is enough for us. See, this is the one introduction. It is giving introduction that okay, HF remains a significant public. I'll just see, initially we just asked this only for a research paper. It is giving outline of the whole paper, every section by section, introduction, method, results. Now we specifically ask for introduction. It is giving us a detailed introduction, and it is following the same principle that it gave us previously. See, it is initially introducing the global burden of this disease, that it's okay, it's a significant public health challenge globally with a substantial burden of the healthcare systems and individual. Then, despite advances in treatment, HF continues to exert a considerable toll on affected. Moreover, emerging evidence suggests that disparities in HF across racial and again making it more now from a general discussion on the burden and how it affects the life, then it is come immediately to the racial disparities. Understood the need for understanding these differences in populations. Okay, this is the first paragraph, and see what is in this second response. First, it is talking that HF is a prevalent cardiovascular condition characterized by heart's inability to pump blood efficiently and leading to symptoms such as short of breath, fatigue, and fluid retention. It poses a significant public health burden affecting the millions of Indians accounting for law. Despite advancement in heart remains a okay. In this, it is in first response, it has just talked a little about the burden of the disease and how much it is affecting the people and the healthcare system, and then it talking about the directly disparities, about the racial differences and how we need to see the differences. So it's directly coming on to the point, not talking about the every details of the heart failure, that what is heart failure and how symptoms look. Our topic is not in that. Our topic is very specific. So obviously, if someone is reading the paper on racial disparities in heart failure, and he or she wishes to understand or learn the few new things, obviously they will be knowing what heart failure is. But you can still include this. No problem with here. Is a bit different introduction, that it is again giving you that is a prevalent condition and whatever, but it is just giving a little touch the what heart failure is actually. That is saying that it is the heart's inability to sorry oh sorry what I did, I just clicked one of the responses so that it has given me that response, this one. It's okay, we can talk on that and see. In the second paragraph, it is saying that in recent years, growing attention to addressing the impact of race and ethnicity in health, including cardiovascular, race disparity in healthcare. It is talking about that. Okay, then saying, see that while much of the existing research on racial disparities is focused on population within the United States, there is a growing recognition of similar disparities among European population. See, I didn't know that. I have know that there are some very good papers on the racial disparities in heart failure related to the United States. I didn't search anything for Europe. I just was a random thought, and see the Chatgpt suggesting there is existing literature more talking on racial disparities in population of the US, but there's not much on the European population. So this is a research gap. This is how the research gaps were identified, and this is how the research gaps are converted into research questions. So see, this is the gap, and this gap we have using it as a research question. And this is different kinds of gap. This is could be a population gap in terms of population. Then this research paper, this is giving you aims and objectives. Now that this paper aims to explore the what racial disparities in mortality among European population with despite being predominantly Caucasian European population and blah blah blah. I'm not going to. You can do it. My purpose is to show you how these things work. And then you will give a little touch to the available literature regarding that. Okay, there are several recent studies have shed light on racial disparity among European population. For example, then it is giving you a reference. Very important thing, remember that this Chatgpt sometimes hallucinates. It creates the fictional references, it creates the fake references sometimes. So you need to counter check that every reference that it gives, not only Chatgpt, any AI source we are using, and you are asking it for with references or citations, and please do counter check all those references. Just don't cite them blindly or talking them blindly. Okay, it is giving a talking about a study, then another study it is giving you another, and this time I had asked it to give me citation references. So again talking about a meta-analysis, then that it is showing a result that meta showed reported high mortality among the minority ethnic groups compared to the majority population. Okay, I'm not going into detail. So this is how it is writing a introduction. It has given you these two references. You can counter check any of these. This is a paper from 2021 and the paper from 2022 is asked it to give me recent references. The recent by I mean last 5 years. So this is how you can use Chatgpt ethically for writing a research paper. And what else you can do? Say for example, once you have carried out a paper and now results are ready. What you can do, that copy and paste your results and type them here in the ChatGPT, and prompt or a command ChatGPT, okay, these are the results of my this paper, title this, kindly write and discussion for me from these results from paper and give me references. Okay, after that you will not copy paste any of these things. This is repeating that you will not use ChatGPT, you will not copy paste ChatGPT and just write a paper in one day and going to submit it. No, it is going to be rejected, detected, because the Turnitin and other plagiarism detector are going to show that it's 100% written by ChatGPT. This is a very good idea. It is just saving your time. It can give you relevant papers. You can just go and find the papers on PubMed and add into your reference manager and write about that and just go and cite. It's saving you a lot of time. It's not just copy pasting, so this is how you can use ChatGPT in a lot of different ways. I hope you enjoyed this thing and you will be curious to use more. And in upcoming videos, I will try to give you more uses of ChatGPT on writing a different aspects of research writing and academic writing. Thank you.